First.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Marketing Matters. This is our weekly webinar brought to you by Landmark Title. We do this every week. We bring you the marketing experts in our industry, as well as our marketing expert business development managers. We cover the topics that you need to know for marketing your real estate business. And as our industry has changed so much in this last year, we have so many people that have found tremendous value in these marketing webinars because as we found out over covering these different topics over the last, I guess, 5 months we've been doing this now, that there's a lot of different tools out there and there's a lot of different marketing techniques for your business. So sometimes it's hard to narrow down what you should be using and then how you should be using it for your business, which is what is great about these 30-minute webinars, is that you get a preview of the different tactics and techniques for marketing, and you can really dive into and figure out which is going to be best for your business because everybody's real estate business is different. So today we're going to be talking about a topic that we get a lot of questions. There's a lot of commotion about using the topic we're going to talk about today. And I've brought on one of the experts that I know. He teaches this topic amazingly. He actually does his own webinar on it. He has a webinar that he does every Thursday morning. And this is one of the topics that he covers in it. And Keith Flynn with Flynn Media Group, what are we covering today?
Oh, we're going to cover Canva, creating some cool stuff, right?
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of requests on how to use Canva. Canva is a graphic design software, and it's really, really user-friendly. It's really easy to use. You can make up some amazing things just instantly for your real estate industry. I know we get a lot of requests for flyers and whatnot. And that's something that we do at Landmark Title, and we do it extremely well. And our turnaround time is great. But what if you just need a quick little graphic design on the fly? That's where Canva comes in.
Yeah, absolutely. And the cool thing about Canva is you're doing it yourself. There's no need to outsource it to a Fiverr.com or finding a graphic designer is going to charge you, $150 an hour, $75 an hour. And like Sarah said, obviously leveraging the talent and the folks over at Landmark is great, but your social media content, your Instagram posts, your newsfeed posts, those should all be coming from you. And whether it's just listed, just sold, or it's something fun and unique about you want to share with your audience, coming up with different content and having a diverse amount of content, Canva will lend itself to all that you need because they've got some amazing templates that are kind of hard to break. You just replace their stuff with yours and make it look pretty.
Yeah.
So give you the bonus stuff right up front. I like to do this. That way mostly everybody's engaged in the first part of this. These are top 20 free stock image websites that are out there now. Some come and go, so if you happen to get to one, it's not there anymore. I do apologize. I don't check them all the time, but there's some good ones on there for you guys to visit. Just a simple Google search will get you to any one of these free stock image sites. And the importance of this is we're always looking for high res imagery, and whether you're creating elegant invitation cards or thank you card or whatever you're creating, social media loves high res images. And since, high res images are what people want to stop and look at, you guys definitely should take advantage of these free sites to find cool things that will complement your creative.
Yeah. Well, and the benefits of using stock images from these sites too is you're marketing your real estate business. You don't want to be using someone else's copyright photo or image because it is a business. So it's, that's one of the things, yes, you can pull an image off the internet, but you cannot guarantee that it is not copyrighted. And when you are marketing your business, you really want to make sure all of your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted, because it is a representation of you. And in the real estate industry, we are watched very closely. Not so bad out here in Arizona, but I
Mhm.
guarantee you that other agents are watching what you're doing too. And you never want to, you never want them to try to bring the hammer down on what you're marketing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And all the agents know that this is a very first impression driven industry, so if you're going to be putting out an announcement about a home or neighborhood, you want to use great pictures, things that really are what we call thumb stopping content, gets people to stop scrolling or clicking right to the next story. So Canva has all these preset sizes, which are really awesome. All you really need to do is just put together what it is you want to tell, and there's a lot of opportunity in there for you guys in that.
Awesome.
That the next slide here. This one is sorry they're not hyperlinked, but again, screenshot grab. This is you can get a recording of this. These are free websites that will actually cut you out of a background, which I love. It's it kind of so we've all seen the logo that has the white box around it, and then it's like in the background. It looks real tacky because it wasn't a PNG or a transparent background. These sites will you upload your photos of yourself, family, friends, teammates, whatever, colleague. You can cut yourself out and remove yourself from the background, and then manipulate and take yourself and put yourself over a listing or in a mountain setting or whatever. When you're branding your content, it's always neat to have a professional headshot or professional shot of yourself in the bottom corner with your contact information, name, phone number, stuff like that.
Yeah, it makes such a difference to your marketing when you look like you're a piece of your marketing and not just, okay, here's this big old box and there's my
Mhm.
headshot in the corner.
Right. And so the reason why I found hunted these guys down for everyone who's watching today is Canva does provide this tool built into their system, but it's a pro level, meaning that you need to pay for their pro level, which is $10 a month if you do the annual rate. $10 a month investment into your graphic design is nothing, but not everybody wants to go there quite yet. And so that feature is not available. You can do that before here off of Canva and then load your images in and take advantage of their free offerings.
Absolutely. And then
Yeah.
Keith he's going to get onto Canva today and
Mhm.
kind of walk us through how to use it. Cause that's the question, right? All right. I've heard of Canva. I know what it does. Now, how do I actually get on and use it?
Right. Okay. So screen share. This will
Yep.
stop on
You should be a
this.
co-host.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and continue. We're going to choose my desktop and we're in. Okay. So that was on Facebook page. All right, Canva. So for you guys who are on, I hope you at least have a Canva account. If you haven't created one, go ahead and do so. Like I mentioned, they're free. Just make sure you check out of that box that pops up and says, only $9.99 a month if you do the annual rate. You can click out of that and continue to use their free service. There's about 8,000 templates that are available from the free version. If you go pro, there's like 60,000 plus templates. And then one of the great things about Canva that I love is they have a pretty large staff on hand of graphic designers who create templates to really give you guys an idea of what you can do with their service, the capability of it. And so they're always pumping in ideas. And for us, uh, our more left brain people who are analytical as opposed to right brain who are creative, this will help you get going. And I know some people are like, oh, I don't know how to design. Once you acclimate yourself to the service, it's pretty cool and it's easy to do, and you can't break it. One of my favorite things about it too is that Canva is an app also. So create your designs from a desktop version since you see the larger image. And then once it auto saves, which is awesome, it auto saves your work as you're creating. You can then access your social media content from a mobile device and post on the go if you like. Um, Two things I want to point out for you. One of the cool things Canva has is called the Canva palette generator. Simple search for that, or from the Canva, all their features. They have a palette generator, which is really cool. And if you want to get your creative a little more cohesive, one of the things you can do from their generator is upload an image let's say, I don't know, a house, and put it into the generator, and then it will pull the colors from the photo. So in this case, click on the upload image, jump into a file where you have your homes. I happen to have some homes that I just stole off the internet here, so I'm not going to use these in any format, so I won't get myself in trouble. But using one of these images here, it's going to upload the image. I chose this bedroom shot here, and there you see it. Their AI, their artificial intelligence, is really cool because it pulls all of the um, image colors out of the image, and now you see this is dawn, and then there's the hex codes below there as well. That's a little more analytical or a little more technical if you get into the hex codes, but for you guys who are wanting to have a little more cohesive brand on your images, now you know those major colors that are in there and what they call them, or at least with the color palette. So I like Reef Gold. That's a fun one on Buccaneer. So, but any image you upload, I'll just do another one here for you, a little colorful one. It pulls the colors out. I mean, it's so fast. And so, if you're doing some text or some overlays on your image, maybe I'll use the swirl and the alpine as the text to have it pop, and it looks all cohesive and very nice and for lack of a technical term, pretty. So one last other tool there I wanted to show for you guys. If you're really into color and color theory, Canva provides a color wheel for you so you can get to know color theory and how designers and artists work to create color combinations. So there's always an opposite color on the color wheel. As you move your color wheel around, you can see what colors complement one another here in the combination choice. You can go through monochromatic, you can go through triadic, and so on, and see how multiple colors work together. And from the bottom there, you can also get the codes as it works. This is fun if you're doing like a new logo design, or if you're creating maybe like a look and a feel. Continuity is important when it comes to marketing, because as people start to see your branding and your content that's out there, if you have the same look and feel each and every time, that helps with being more memorable. So get real nerded out about it. You want to jump into the color wheel, definitely have a lot of fun with that one. If it's something that you're always timid to try, but you want to learn, Canva provides that all free for you guys, which is really neat. My favorite, of course, is the color palette. So any image you upload pulls right in. All right. So we'll jump into the Canva design here. When you're on Canva from the home screen, there's a number of ways for you to get going, which is pretty cool. You can start across with their templates up here in the upper left-hand corner. They've got templates, featured, and learn. After this, if you want to get really into it, they actually have an amazing design tutorial and educational team that will help you through creating designs, not only for your social media, but any graphic design, print media, branding, business cards, thank you cards, you name it. There's lot of really neat stuff in there. Their templates are broken down into categories, so social media, personal, business, and so on. Or if you're like me, I'm a little more visual, I like to scroll through their different recommendations here. As you can see, they've got a lot of animation in there as well. And I'll touch on that a little bit, but we won't get too much in the animation since this is basically basics. From there, if you want to just dive right into a search, then another option for you there in the upper right-hand corner is the search feature. So you basically just telling Canva like, hey, I'd like to do an Instagram, probably helps if I spell it correctly, an Instagram post for my feed. And what's nice about their search feature is as you're telling it what you want to do, they'll start suggesting all the things that it can do. And in this case, as you hover over the different types of creative that you can make, you'll notice that there is the dimensions on the right side. Canva takes care of all the dimensions for you, which is fantastic. You don't have to worry about sizing or what dimensions do I need to have for a particular image. You can see there that all the sizes are preset when it comes to creating an Instagram post. So that's a neat feature as well, depending on how you want to get going. If I type in the word Facebook, Facebook pops up as suggestions. There's ads, cover photos, which we should be doing. Facebook cover events, posts, shop. If you're doing anything retail, there's dimensions there as well, which is really neat. Of course, video, but just giving you an idea. Now, here's a fun one for you guys as agents. If you just type in the word real estate, they've got a bunch of stuff in there for you guys. I mean, business cards, postcards, slideshows, templates for print newsletters, one-off sheets for an open house. Maybe you've got a few photos of the interior of the home as the hero image at the top. That's the header at the top of your newsletter, and then some takeaway bullet points about the home. And then when people leave after seeing an open house, they've got something tangible. Of course, it's branded. It's got your marketing at the bottom of it. So we definitely want to make sure they know how to get a hold of you if they have any questions after the fact. And so those are some neat suggestions for you there as well. Now, if I chose real estate newsletter, all these newsletters top up. So I know some places will offer a newsletter on a monthly basis. Some places charge for that. But it looks like everybody else, all the other agents, to subscribe to that service as well. And so this is a way for you guys to really break out and differentiate yourself from all the other agents out there by choosing any one of these templates. And of course, you can choose the color palettes that reflect your brand. I know I've seen some team pink. I've seen, I think Reese, one of our agents out of West USA, his last name's Reese, so like Reese's Pieces, everything's orange, for him. So good guy.
He's always wearing orange.
Yeah, he always rocks an orange polo.
Just now putting this all together.
He does. That's why he always wears orange. Yeah, he tried to go there with their logo, and we told him like that might be a little bit of a copyright issue. So get away from that logo, because he had the R and the E and the SS and so on. So have fun with that, but check out the templates. But I mean, very minimalistic stuff. If I chose just one of these templates here, you can obviously just replace your image with the exterior of your home, change out where, obviously that's an amazing price. Well, be a great commission at 4.3. But you can put in the details there and then obviously, use the templates to your advantage. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself, so I'm going to back out to the home starting page again. I want to take you just a little glimpse into the multitude of different things you can do. On the left-hand side from the home page, you also have all your designs. So that's everything that I've created to date, which is nice because it's all cloud-based. So, and I can access from any computer, from anywhere, and use my past content, copy it, and then reproduce it for a new version. If you guys have templates that you like, there's a lot of folks out there who share their designs, and they can share them with you, which is awesome. If you haven't done so, go onto Facebook after this and search for Canva for real estate agents. There's a closed group of agents in the country. There's like 30,000 plus that are in there. Canva for real estate agents, and they're all in there sharing designs and ideas that they've done. Great resource to connect with other agents who are doing stuff. And you'll see people ask, does anybody have a great just listed design template, or does anybody have a just sold design, or I'm looking for something new, and you can collaborate with other agents. When it comes to creating your basics with West USA, we've got all their logo and their content designs that are in there. So their color palettes in there, their logos are in there, and the fonts that they use. If you get to that level, you can create a full brand kit with the pro level and put all of your elements in there. And as you're creating your designs, they're all there for you to access. So you can keep with that continuity and really take it to the next level. The content planner in the basics is awesome. I've always been telling everybody, if you're going to do anything, create yourself an editorial calendar, get yourself some lead time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks out, know what you're going to create, what you're going to design, so that you don't wake up in the morning and you're like, oh boy, have I posted on social media? It's been 3 weeks. Let's post something. Consistency is the key when it comes to creating content on social media. The algorithm will reward you. And that's why we always tell everybody, make sure you're consistent, especially with Instagram stories. There's been a huge swing to Instagram stories. Much of the content that people are consuming on Instagram is on Instagram stories. And so if you're not taking advantage of that, do so and use Canva when creating that content. If you have a team, you can add team members, which is awesome. With the pro member, you can have up to 4 other people collaborating with you. So maybe if you have a pro level and you throw in your title or loan individual, they can help out with creating content with you as well. And then of course you have folders and so on. So with that, we'll jump in and create something, and we'll have something fun. I like to go from scratch in this particular case. Now I know what I want to design. I want to create a I want to repurpose a review from homes.com. Like, let's say someone went to homes.com and they did a review on me, and um, or I want to repurpose it. We're not going to ask our clients to go to Facebook and Google and realtor.com and Zillow and write that same review 4 times. Have them go to one place where you want them to go and then repurpose their review as a social media post. So in this case, I'm going to hit create design and I'm going to choose Instagram post. Now this is going to be a 1080 by 1080 design. I've got a nice white template here that's real simple to use. And I'm going to start from scratch. Now, on the left-hand side here, this is your design palette, your styles, where you upload your photos, colors, text, and so on. Immediately right off the bat, they offer you some templates if you wanted to use one, which is great. Or you can just head on down and start from scratch. The next tab down, uploads, is where this is all the media that I've loaded to my account. Homes, logos, other folks who I've done designs for. And from there, you can start to create your template. Next one is photos. This is where, remember I showed you guys all those free photos that come in from all the other sites, like a free stock imagery. Canva does partner with a few of those sites, and they aggregate in those royalty-free photos for you to use on your template. The nice thing about this is that there's no additional charge if you have a pro. Sometimes you'll see as you hover over the images, it'll say pro in the corner. That means if you're a subscriber, there's no cost. If you're a free user, it'll probably be $1. If you find yourself spending, a la carte, $10 a month, you may want to jump into the pro plan. Definitely going to be advantageous for you to do so. Elements is where you're going to find all the fun stuff like stickers and shapes, um, frames. If you wanted to frame something, because you see as you scroll through here, there's just a lot you can use. These grids are really popular for real estate agents. If I were to touch on a grid here, it drops the grid over the actual design. And then all I'm doing is putting the photos in the grid here. So that's a really neat one to use, especially if you're doing multiple looks from a listing, or you're maybe showcasing all of your listings for that particular month. Your gradients are in here. So fun stuff like different color blobs and little things to make your image pop are all in there as well. Next is text. So this is where you find your text, your fonts, whether you're using something that's script or a blocky font or something traditional. That's where all your texts are going to live. And then styles is one of their newer ones. This kind of gets into like fonts that go well with colors. I don't know who decides this, but it all looks good. They're in there as well for you. And you can find a lot of different things in there and an option to you. Now, music and video, if you get into music or you get into video, this is where you can create video posts. They download as an MP4, and that's kind of a next level situation, but just earmark this to go back and learn about the videos. If you guys are apprehensive about being on camera, this is a great way to play to getting video in your social media without being on camera. And it games the algorithm because it shows up as a video. Everyone always thinks, not everyone, but a lot of agents think that if I do video, I have to be on the video. I don't want to be on the video. You can still post video that will get you higher ranking or more weight, more eyeballs on your content by using some really cool animation stuff that they have here, as well as some fun overlays. Maybe this is a video that you upload of you doing a neighborhood tour, and then you've just got some nice music to it and a simple overlay at the bottom that says, if you're looking to live in the neighborhood, a piece of paradise, I'm here for you, whatever the case may be. All right, so starting from scratch, I'm going to go up to my backgrounds on the left-hand side here, and I'm just going to choose a nice, simple blue background. There's a couple of different ways you can do this. You can click and drag onto your palette, or you can just go ahead and click it one time and it'll drop it right onto your canvas, which is really nice. Really fun thing to do. Now, what I have done for taking a review from another site and creating a social media post with it is I want to do something fun, like I'm going to look for stars, right? So I know that star reviews, 5-star reviews, they've got a bunch of different ones in here that I can use. Any one of these guys. I'm going to use the first one here in the upper left-hand corner. As I mentioned, this one's got a little gradient to it, so it kind of gives it a little more dimension. I can just pull it over here, drop it onto my social media. And then just grab any one of these corners here to manipulate the size and make it a little more fun and pop it onto the canvas. Now, as you see, as I move this around, you'll see those little pink lines pop up. Those are guidelines for me to know where center is at. My XY axis, if I'm dead in the center, if I'm center up here, center down here. You can always see symmetrically what looks good, and Canva takes care of that for you. So you know everything looks balanced, and you didn't have a few too many night before. So,
Keith,
all right.
we got a video question.
Oh, go for it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed it.
So when you shoot on a green screen, can the sites that you shared in the beginning remove the background and make it transparent? And then can you overlay these videos here in Canva?
That's a great question. I don't think I've ever taken a video. Let's see real quick. And the nice thing about this too is whenever you want to remove something, see how it's on the screen there. If it's highlighted in blue, just hit your delete button and it deletes. Really fun tool. All right, video. Let's go. Let's see if there's anybody who's just kind of by themselves. I don't know if you could remove or if it allows. Let's see. We'll use this guy here. Yeah. See, it's not going to have the tool that allows you to do it. So.
And those websites at the beginning, those were for static images.
There were static images for photography. Okay. Actually, removing someone from a moving video on a green screen, that's really the premise of the green screen is to do so. The photos here, like in this case, I'm going to use this image of one of our loan reps. When you have the photo on your canvas and you come to the effects tab, which is right here, you've got effects, filters, adjustment. These all do some really fun stuff. The one I was telling you about earlier, the background remover, once I click on that button, this is what the pro plan, their AI starts to cut her out and remove her from the background. And in a few seconds, through the magic of TV, right? It will remove her completely from the background. And then now you as an agent could pop this down in the corner, and where I was going with that was basically on a review. So yeah, the video element I haven't messed with the green screen. I wish I had an answer for you on that one, but now I'm definitely going to go ahead and find out after the fact.
Yes.
We'll get you some answers for sure. With elements, so I'm going to choose the 5 stars. We're going to use Bree here on this for her and pretend it's her review as an agent. And just popping some elements onto the social media post, make it look fun and have a good time with it here. So from there, the next one is text, right? We're going to actually pull in the whatever the value proposition is. Let's see, imagine working when I can't talk and type at the same time, so I apologize, with anyone else. Bree was a great realtor, and cancel that. Don't want to refresh the screen. We're going to go R. I don't even know if it has it there. There we go. There's your registered R. Okay. So quick little quote from pulling that over. We're going to probably put this in quotations so that way people know that it was somebody, a customer. One of the things that's neat about Canva that you can also do with your formatting is if you want to align it as center, to the left, to the right, you can manipulate the font so it lines up the way you want it. I'm going to go ahead and margin that left, and we're going to make it just a little bit bigger. And I'm going to center it so it's right under the stars there.
And now keep a lot of these features are only that we're going over right now. This is only available on Pro.
No, everything I've done so far, except for cutting Bree out from the background, is Pro. Everything else is there for you. The fonts, the colors. When you get into some of the images, some of the photography, that's where you'll see like it's Pro. Some of the elements, if you hover over, see where it says free here on this star. You'll have to hunt for something. If it's Pro, probably $1 charge to go, and it stays. You only pay once, and it stays in your library. So if you do really have to have that particular element, pull the trigger, add a credit card, and then you.
Is there a way to search for only the free images?
Yeah. So I believe there is a free. Well, not the word free, but let me go here real quick. It is under. Let's go stickers here. We're gonna go to stickers. Whoop. We don't want that. The fun thing about Canva is you can click on a bunch of stuff and break it. Yeah, under the filter here, you should, there you go. Click on the
Perfect.
availability and hit free, and then apply that filter. It'll only show you the things that have no cost associated, which is really
Nice.
nice. And if, just by simply adding that little animated GIF right there, that turns this into a video. So,
Ooh.
yeah, so now that's what's nice. You could have a static image, throw this little guy up here in the corner, and now he is an MP4 video as opposed to a static image. And as I mentioned earlier, Facebook and Instagram love video, love video. Anything that's animated they'll reward you with casting out your content organically to more of your audience than if it were just a static image. And so by simply doing that, I've turned it into a video, and now it's going to be in their formatting, in their platform, and you should get some more audience, more eyeballs on your content.
Keith, do you know what's included with the video upgrades?
Well, I know they've got a huge inventory of video. So I filtered out their free video. And like I know Mike Weinstein's always joked, if you want to get some eyeballs, just throw a dog on anything, and people will immediately, like your content. But when it comes to video, if you're doing like a pan shot, or you just got your cell phone and you're just doing a nice shot of like a neighborhood or in the backyard, that can be a simple post, which is really nice to do. And then you can use any one of these elements to add to it and tell a little bit of a better story. Storytelling is a huge element to marketing in general. Can be a really smart play for you guys as agents when it comes to telling a little bit of a story or creating buzz, and then reach out to me or direct message me for more information about the listing. So just wrapping this guy up here. If you want to do something fun with the text, you can, let's see, where did you do the word? I'll do this real quick here. We're just going to do the word realty. And I'm going to enlarge this guy. Now follow me here. I know you're going to be like, what is he doing with this? What's neat about the Canva is you can also change the opacity or the transparency and how bright it is, and dumb it down, maybe change it to a little bit of a faded look. So I'm going to add just a little more depth and a little more element to this actual post here. And I'm going to rotate this guy, and we're going to go 90 degrees here, so it's perfect. And then I'm going to center that and just add it in the corner here. Maybe we'll make him, let's do this. Let me double click. Whoop. Now that I've changed the orientation, is going to be funny. All right, let's see if we can go color and go gray. We'll do something like a light gray. Yeah, there we go. And now I'm going to come back and I'm going to change the opacity and bump it up a little bit just so we can see it so faintly behind there. Now, what's nice about Canva, as you can see right now, it's on top of the other font. So we wanted to live behind that font right now so that it doesn't look all messed up like this. The nice thing about Canva is that they offer what we consider layers. So think about this as you're creating layers. If I were to move this in front of Bree here, it's on her face. Well, I can move this behind Bree by coming up to the position button in the corner here, choosing position, and then moving that back. And now it's behind her. So think about your designs and layers and how those layers interact with one another. That will really enhance your design. Now I want to put this word realty behind the font of the review. So I'm going to choose position and move it back. And now we're behind behind there. So it looks real, it's not, you can actually see the review itself. And we're going to highlight this. I want to drop it down just a little bit so it's nice there. I'll maybe make him go from the floor to the ceiling just by stretching the corners out. And there we go. Now, of course, you got to have your contact information. And so coming over to the font and choosing a different size, obviously, Bree, and then email address. Whoop. 2 Ds on that one. And phone number. So you have a number of things you can do, but you always want to brand your content and make sure that you have your contact information in there. I'm going to go ahead and align that so that it is, well, probably helps if, there we go. I'm using a blue background, so it's hard to see their prompts in order to do so. put your contact information right here, your full name and phone number. And of course, you got to have your brand, your logo. So with whatever brokerage you're with, make sure you find your logo and drop that guy on there and center him up so that you have all your branding in place. And if you are someone who wants to stay in compliance, having your registered R, the realtor R, the fair housing, and of course the MLS listing on there in the corner. You can always stuff those in the corner, and they don't have to be super big. They just have to be on there. And of course, where did I go? Oh, there he is. All right, I've got all three of them together for me so that it makes my life faster because I'm doing this often for our friends and family in the real estate industry. And I'll just drop it right there in the corner. And now I've just got myself a nice little post from a past client. I can export this review simply by coming into the upper right-hand corner and clicking on download. And when I do so, I'm just going to suggest a PNG, which is usually a higher resolution. I like, again, high resolution. Some social media platforms will naturally degrade your content because of, storage and memory. Use the download button. Once you click on download, it will prepare your design for you. Save that to wherever you auto download or auto save your content on your computer. And then you can upload that to your social media. So once it's done, it's going to pop open here on my screen here, and I'll bring it over so that you guys can see it right there for you. Yeah. So
Super
really
nice.
cool. I mean, and that's fantastic. So you don't have to harass your customers and say, hey, can you go to a review on Facebook too? Make yourself pull a line from your review itself and make it yourself. And then you can, in the body of the post, very thoughtful of John Smith to write a review. Moved from out of town recently, give a little backstory, create a little emotion, share a little about why you're posting this. Thank you so much for the review. If you or someone is looking to purchase a home in the Paradise Valley area, I'd love to help. And so it's a subtle way of just kind of tooting your own horn. So which we should also be doing.
Testimonials.
Yeah, and I know I'm bad at it. I don't ask for them enough, but real estate agents, if you guys had a great experience, people often will stop to complain and write a bad review, but they'll never stop and say thank you for doing a good job because they just assume you did what you're supposed to do anyways, right? So, So if you guys have any questions about that, some fun stuff with the font. When you highlight your font, you can come up to the effects up here in the upper corner, and you can choose things like drop shadow. You can choose outlines. You can give it a little bit of a lift, which makes it appear like it's coming off the page. Canva's come a long way in creating a really user-friendly interface to help not only real estate agents, but all small business owners and moms and dads create fun things. Invitations, tickets to an event, fun little creative, thoughtful things you can do. And here's the cool thing, guys. When you go with the pro plan, and I am not getting any kickbacks for this, I'm just pointing out the cool stuff. If you want to resize this for another social media platform, all you need to do with the pro plan is click on resize. You tell it, hey, I want this to be an Instagram story, which is going to go 1080 by 1920. Hit copy and resize. All you have to do now is just massage everything back into where it needs to go. And now you've got an Instagram story post.
Dude, that's very handy.
And once you get this down and you have these templates, it just speeds up the process because all you're coming in and doing is just then resizing it and moving it around for whatever it is you need. And it's a really easy thing to use, and however you think you need to do it. So, and it auto saves for you, and it's all on your app when you're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean, this is great because it took you 15 minutes, if that.
Yeah,
to create this.
And exactly. And if I don't have to talk while doing it, I can actually do it faster because I can't do two things at one time.
Yeah. Well, and with learning any new tool, there's always a little bit of a learning curve. Obviously, Keith is very familiar with this tool. That's why he's teaching us. But, once you get in there and you just start doing it and you start creating this content, it's very quick, very easy. And
repurposing content is a trick, a tip something you guys should be doing. If you've got something that's a long form or like a post, a previous post, pull some elements out of it, repurpose it for a different look on a different platform. You can post the same content on multiple platforms when you want to, but you don't have to do it all the time. And so, taking it, I really like the way that it looks on Facebook. Let's change the dimensions and make it an Instagram post, Instagram story post. And then you really didn't do much the second and third time. All you did was just move things around like I just did here.
Yeah. So awesome, Keith.
So, guys, and like I said, if you want to get going, just type in the word real estate on whatever you want to do and find yourself something that's going to work. And, all these preset templates that they have, you can show multiple looks. All you have to do is replace the house. All you have to do is replace this image here with the home, change out, just listed, just sold, pocket listing or coming soon. Create some buzz for yourself. And because your clients are going to ask you, what are you doing? And you can be like, oh, I'm just setting this out yesterday. And they're like, oh, wow. How much am I paying for that? That's nicely done. Be like, you don't have to tell them, but
you're like, I'm just an expert in everything, every aspect of business. I'm a real estate agent.
I have a design girl, it's just a different hat, putting on. So
you are
you are the CMO, you are the CFO, you are the marketing director, you are the accountant. So, finding a tool like this is going to help you speed you guys up is going to be awesome.
Super awesome. Well, thanks, Keith.
Absolutely. Let me relinquish my screen wherever it went.
So if you guys do have any other questions, Keith, go ahead, if you don't mind putting your contact information in the chat. We've had Keith on for quite a few different things because he's good. He is good at what he does.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. I mean, anything at all, shoot me an email. Happy to help out where I can. I work with a lot of small business owners when it comes to creating content. Dentists want to be dentists. Pizzeria owners want to cook pizza. They don't want to mess with this stuff sometimes. And so when they find a tool that is free and easy to use, it doesn't feel like it's pulling them away from, their talent or the main thing that they want to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. And then we've got, if there's any questions, just let us know. We've got some classes coming up. We're already getting into February. So February 9th wraps up our mastermind marketing series. So if you've joined us for any of our 6-month mastermind marketing series, we're going to have all of our guest speakers back on for a panel. Keith was on the Marketing Matters panel that we kicked off this year. Awesome. It was amazing. And Rachel, who was actually on there, she's going to be one of the panelists on this mastermind group. She came and spoke to our mastermind. So if you are interested in joining us for that, panels are always amazing. Or if you have any specific questions that you would like to ask this panel, shoot them over to me and I will be asking them. That is Tuesday, February 9th. And then got a couple CE classes coming up. So I don't know about y'all, but I like staying on top of things like getting my CE credits. So if you need any, I don't have the flyers yet because these just got booked. Also on February 9th, if you are not attending the mastermind group, there is a Commissioner Standards and NAR Code of Ethics credit. This is going to be on February 9th at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. This is a Zoom. There is a registration link. This is only $10. So if you want the registration link or you want more information, let me know. I should have a flyer probably today for it. And then on February 18th, we're going to have a disclosure class. So if you need a disclosure credit, this one's also from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's just going to be $10 for real estate agents. So we've got Commissioner Standards next month and disclosure. Also, if there are any CE credits that you need and you have not been able to find a class for, let me know. I'm going to be booking these out to make sure that we get everything covered. I love Zoom CE classes because, you're sitting here, you're sitting there in your pajamas and your slippers, and you've got your cup of coffee, and it's just so easy to knock these out. We've been doing these Zoom CE classes for a while now. I feel like around the holidays, obviously, there's just not a lot, but I know that we're all getting back to it. So let me know if you'd like to attend either of these, and I will get you the link. Then we also have a HomeBot class coming up. It's not on Tuesday. It is on Thursday, February 18th, and that one's going to be at 2 p.m. So, hey, if you want to spend all day on some Zoom classes on the 18th, we've got some great Zoom classes. HomeBot it's a pretty cool tool for real estate agents. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more about it, we're going to be bringing in the expert Grant on HomeBot. And just let me know. Like I said, we'll get you the registration link for these. And then we are wrapping up January. So if you haven't ordered these, and these pieces, they live forever. So if if you'd like, we just went over how to do graphic design and create content. But as a reminder, we're always here to help you with that as well. Every month we create marketing pieces. So let us know. I mean, it's just as simple as sending over your headshot and your contact information to us, and we're happy to put you on these, brand them, and you can send them out on social media. Sometimes it is easier to just reach out and say, I want this content, than, spending the time to put it together. But when you're doing like a testimonial or something, yeah, go do it. It's easy. But Landmark Title is here to help you create, very attractive social media marketing pieces, and the content that's going to maybe get your clients to stop and say, oh, meal prepping. Yeah, I was going to get on that. And then once again, you're staying top of mind and you're getting in front of them. So we'll have a whole new slew of them for the month of February as well. And as always, thank you to our guest speaker, Keith Flynn with Flynn Media Group, and to our business development management team. We've got Beth, Becky, Melinda, Mary, Jason, who's in our Las Vegas office. He's one of our newest additions. Landmark is growing like crazy. Zach, Patty, and Michael. You guys are awesome. You are on it. If you ever just want to even bounce some ideas, some marketing ideas off of these folks, they're great. They really know their stuff. So if you have an idea and you're like, hey, I wanted to create this in Canva, what do you think about this? This is what they're there for. And as always, thank you to Landmark Title for allowing us and giving us the opportunity to bring this type of marketing content to you every week. Please think of us for not only your marketing needs, but all of your title and escrow needs. Our offices are busy. I mean, real estate business is booming. So anything that you need for your title, escrow, marketing, we're here for you. All right, and thank you, Keith.
Hey, my pleasure, Sarah. Always fun to chat with everybody. Have a great day and stay warm. Ooh,
Ooh, I know.